almost everybody have a personal question when they think about going abroad, that why I should go abroad. And if that is a question that you have, it's a very right question to ask yourself, because we have a lot of opportunities in India as well. But why are you looking out to go abroad is something which you need to ask yourself. So let me tell you, there are ample of reasons, but primarily it is all about whether you want to get outside your comfort zone or not. And this is what I believe is the biggest game changer. We all have a very comfort life here. Whatever ways, whatever resources, whatever support people that we have here is something which is not going to be there when you're going abroad. And I think this is the biggest reason why anybody should look out to go abroad, because once you're outside your comfort zone, you are absolutely on your own. And the moment you're on your own, you try and learn to explore yourself, which is very unknown to us. Trust me on this. When I personally went across, I was very scared about even sleeping alone at night. And that's something which I did, and I feel so confident later about the same thing. Small things, but very big wins. Even small things like whether you would learn cooking, or going alone, paying your own bills, doing your grocery, doing your all ad hoc work on your own gives a immense satisfaction and confidence at the end. So the first reason is, are you ready to get outside your comfort zone? If that's the reason, yes, you're ready for studying abroad. And eventually, of course, there are varied reasons which you all know, that you want to go outside your well. You want to explore new avenues, new countries, new people, new culture, new lifestyle. Even when you go to developed countries like US, UK, Canada, Germany, Australia, all of these offer a lot of different things which you probably may not get here. Not because it is not the right place to be. I would never demean Indian education, but I would say it is because the world is different outside, and that's how different it is even when you move from one city to another. Am I right? So, exactly this is why studying abroad should be there if you're looking to have an exposure. So, exposure, comfort zone, quality of education, getting job opportunities abroad, working part time while you're studying. These are varied reasons why you should be considering studying abroad. Now, as we are focused on education, let me share that education is very different from what we do here. The main thing that you get over there is the freedom to choose your own course. Interdisciplinary education is very much acceptable out there. So you could be studying economics with computer science, or you could be doing any kind of two courses which you can merge along with, right? So that's the beauty, because they give you an array of subjects to select from, and that is how you tailor your own course. So studying abroad offers you freedom, practical education. There's a lot of assignments, lot of case studies, so it's just not based on theory. It is all about you practicing the concepts that you have learned. And the last thing what I would say is, there is no spoon feeding. So saying this, it makes you all on your own again. So the freedom comes along with a lot of responsibilities, and that feeds you with a lot of concept, that feeds you with a lot of learning, and you become thorough with the subject or the concept that you want to learn or grow in that career. So these are main reasons why you should be going abroad. So now let's talk about, as we were discussing about India and abroad. Okay, so we have given a thought that we want to go abroad. The very next question that parents and you would have is that, is it good to go abroad, or India is also better? As a counselor, I never want to put a face here that India will not provide you what you want. That's not true. But let me tell you, or let me focus on what studying abroad can provide you, which eventually may not be possible here. Okay. Firstly, to have a very different culture. Okay. We all know there is a typical culture over here which we are very well known about. But time to go and explore newer avenues to broaden your experience. So saying this, there is an immense culture difference. There is a lot of exposure that you get once you go abroad as compared to India. Second, if I have a dream of working in Tokyo, or I have a dream of working in New York, California, I want to work in Boston, I want to work in London, I want to work in Melbourne, it's not possible that you're studying here and you're working here and you may get a job there. So the best route to enter a country is typically through education, and we all know about it. So this is something which gives you an avenue to enter a country to eventually work into a global exposure company. So this is also a reason why you should be considering to go abroad. And mainly I would say it is also about not India and studying abroad, but it's all about a personal onus, that how you want to take your journey ahead, go alone, carve your own world, make your own network and achieve the same, and that gives you a lot of triumph in life. So this is what I would say. If you're looking out, studying abroad will definitely provide you. So now we have decided that we want to go abroad. So let us focus on what are the steps to be taken ahead. First and foremost, you always require a guiding mentor. Now this is a very trivial thing because there are a lot of myths, there are a lot of confusion around here, because there's so many people who are not a counselor but mainly they are more about marketing. Okay, and hence it comes to a very wrong point. There are a lot of wrong practices in the industry, and I'm saying this because I'm highly invested in this industry for last 11 years. So saying this, I have seen the loopholes, I know what are the troubles here. So the first and foremost thing is there has to be a supporting mentor to you to help you to support your journey ahead. Which country to go in for, which course to select in for, a very important question. But what happens is a lot of people out there will try and send you to universities or country where it's very easy to send you, or the courses or the universities are under their tie-ups. Now this is how the industry has taken shape. So counseling word is very tarnished, I would say. So it is very important that you look for a counselor who has experience, and look for a counselor who understands what your needs are and not just fulfilling the university needs. So it is very trivial here. If you have a right mentor, you would have sky as a limit. That counselor would definitely try to make you reach to a university which is higher than your current platform. And which country to choose again is a very important question. Don't go by trends. Trends change every day. We know that, right? Today something is trending, but tomorrow it may not. But your career has to progress each day. So saying this, if you're going for IT, computer science, you need that particular country. If you're going for biotechnology, you need that kind of country. You're going for pharmacy, you require that kind of country. And there are plethora of courses which you can go in for. So saying this, it is very important that you choose the right course and a right university which will give you equal opportunities to flourish. Get a job behind it, get a stay back option behind it. So all these things are what a counselor does. A wrong help or something that you have read online typically looks like a very easy game. But this is something which takes a lot out of you. You will spend lot of money without realizing that you're going for a wrong university. You will waste the most important resource that you have, that is your time, and eventually you will not progress in your career. Not to scare you, but I have to get this point here, that studying abroad, you require a guide or a mentor to help you with experience and historic data to pull you to the right country, okay, and a right course and a right career progression. So this is what I would say, and Education Street definitely works by these ethics. I need not say this again and again because I've been saying this from all of my videos and all of the concepts that we bring in every time, that we work for you and not the universities. So if you're looking for that, Education Street is a gateway for studying abroad, and we definitely will get the best out of you. So now coming into the application process to go to study abroad. That is what we help at Education Street, but I think I should share that with you at this point of time. So if you're looking out to go abroad, may it be for bachelor's, may it be for master's, or may it be for PhD, all these three areas have set process. But there's a common platform here, or a common set of documents that we definitely require. So we require CV, we require transcripts and mark sheets, we require your essays or SOP, statement of purpose, and we require 2 or 3 letter of recommendations to apply for. Please do not take it as I'm speaking, because every course, every university, every country has very different process. But mainly these are the 4 set of documents which are very important and very needed for all of the universities mostly. Okay, so this is how the documentation process goes. We have editors who help you to edit your essays and your letter of recommendation. So this is the process which we engage with you step by step. Apart from that, then you need to decide on which course you want to go in for. So saying this, the process of counseling starts like this. The counselor first sets which country to go in for. It could be one country mainly, but it could be a backup country of a second country as well. The second step is to shortlist universities. So we shortlist universities in the category of safe, moderate and ambitious to play all your chances. Just playing safe doesn't make any, doesn't make your game very strong. So we play with all permutation and combination. So this is how the process for university shortlisting goes in for. So first we set the country, then we decide on the course, then we decide on the universities, and then the 4 set of documents which I just mentioned comes in picture. Then of course there is entrance test. We need to prepare for entrance test depending on which course and country we are going in for. So as we know, US is very centric towards 2 kind of tests. One is English comprehension test, which is either IELTS or TOEFL. Okay. The second test is aptitude test, like GRE or a GMAT for a master's. If you're looking for bachelor's, it is SAT. So these are the tests which are very concentrated towards US mainly. But all other countries like UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, they are very concentrated on only one exam, that is English comprehension test, which is either IELTS or TOEFL. So this is how the entrance test plays in picture. So whichever country you are going in, one thing I can very definitely tell you, that you need to take up the English test, because we are going to an English speaking country. So they definitely want to see whether we can comprehend things in English or not, whether we can read, write, listen and speak in English or not. So IELTS or TOEFL is something which we need to give inevitably. So this is where you can definitely start with. So this is how the application process and the counseling process goes at education state. Now moving ahead, of course, when we apply, there's a gap of 4 to 6 weeks where the universities take time to revert back to us. Once they revert back to us with a reject or an acceptance, we wait and then we choose a university which we want to proceed further. Then comes the next step, that is your visa and financial counseling. So we need to counsel your parents about how the funds is to be arranged. Every university, every country has very different application visa process. So saying this, we need to guide you and we are experienced in the same. All the countries that you may be looking out for, we have experience of 11 years to guide you and support you in the same thing. So studying abroad is quite time consuming. Then getting the funds again is something which we need to help you out. If you're looking for loan, we will help you for the loan process. Loan also takes time. So they may say 15 days, 10 days, but typically you should be prepared with at least 20 days to 30 days to get a loan offer in your hand. If you're looking for your own funds, there are rules. Either it should be 3 months old, 28 days old, 6 months old. Every country has different processes. We will help you and support you how it is to be done. It is very important that the visa process is followed very, very correctly and minutely, because if that is not done, all your efforts from the start goes all null and void, because visa rejection is a major issue in studying abroad aspirants, because they hear some information online, they think that is right and they do that and eventually they get a rejection. Once a rejection, it's very difficult to get an acceptance. It does happen, but very difficult. Why not do it right in the first place itself is what I would suggest. And hence, if you are ready to take this plunge of going abroad and put lakhs of money and your time to go into a newer arena, why are you missing upon looking for a perfect mentor to guide you to study abroad? This is what my call of action would be for all of you. So, as you heard me out, studying abroad is a land of opportunities. It gives you all what you require, and mainly it makes you reach to yourself. It helps you to know your strengths, your weaknesses. So, studying abroad is a very beautiful concept and a very beautiful experience because it nurtures you personally and professionally both. Yes, you put in investment, but we all know the return on investment is very higher. So, saying that whatever money you put in, most if you go to a right university and a right country, typically in my experience, I have seen that student remove this cost within 2 to 3 years of their stay back. So it is a risk, but it's a calculated risk. I think there are very fewer opportunities, which I would say, which returns your money, say, in 2 to 3 years. In fact, it takes time. Most of the investment you do in your business or you do in anywhere area, it typically takes 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to return that money. But when you go for studying abroad for a right university and a right course, you definitely return that money with a good job around there in within 2 to 3 years. And that's why I say studying abroad is not something which only rich people should do or only they can do. It's a myth. There are varied universities, there are varied countries which offer universities at a good budget as well. India definitely is an opportunity, but India is also costly. So if we have a myth that okay, studying abroad is only for people who have crores of rupees, that's not true. India also demands good universities, I would say, demand lakhs of rupees for their education now. But we are blinded. We don't see, we only believe, okay, it's very expensive and don't give attention at all to it. But if you do, you would realize there are all kind of universities which offer great education with very good opportunities for you to work around there in your budget. So set your budget, come to us, we will definitely help and guide you for the same. So I hope this video bust a lot of myths regarding studying abroad, why you should consider studying abroad, what is the process, and all of this. Studying abroad is always has to be planned well in advance. Let me tell that as a last point here, because it takes a lot of time for all the steps that I mentioned. So it should be almost a year prior that you start your journey for studying abroad, because you need to take up the entrance test, you need to get your documents ready. They have deadlines almost 10 to 12 months prior. So this is why you should start as soon as possible. I hope that you like this video. If you have any questions, please use the comment section below and write your comments out there. Please follow us on Education Street Instagram, YouTube handles. At Education Street is our handle, because we share a lot of videos and we are coming up with a lot of videos for you at the same time. So if you want us to talk on certain topic, please do share that. We will have that video released very soon for you. I hope this was useful. Thank you so much. This is Ankita here from Education Street.